Jemima heard voices outside. A familiar one, it was soft, it was commanding, and it was an unmistakable voice. And it was Tunde's mom's. Through the faded curtains, she saw her neighbor pointing toward her door. And there she was, Tunde's mother. Standing in the sun, speaking politely, wearing that same air of grace that once intimidated her. Then came the knock. It was a gentle knock, but sure. For Jemima, the visitor on the other side of the door wasn't expected. And she wasn't welcome. Jemima opened the door, and there she stood. Regal. Very composed, with eyes that seemed to know everything, and forgive nothing. Hands spread in practiced warmth towards Jemima, she said softly, "May I come in, my daughter? How are you?" Jemima stepped aside without a word. The small room seemed to shrink around her presence. She didn't smile. She didn't move to embrace her. Jemima stood still. Tunde's mother's gaze swept across the room, cracked walls, the mattress on the floor, the cracked mirror, Jason's toys scattered like small confessions. Disbelief softened into pity. Her eyes darted between Jemima and the boy asleep on the mattress. Her hand rose slowly to her chest. 6 years, she whispered. Why, Jemima? Why didn't you reach out? You should have. She stopped. Her sentence broke under the weight of guilt. Her breath trembled as she tried again. And your parents? She asked softly. What happened? Jemima stood tall. The old Jemima, the girl who once bowed her head, was gone. You really want to know what happened? Jemima's voice was calm, deliberate. Then she said it, slowly, painfully. Your son happened to me. Her eyes shifted toward Jason, still curled up on the mattress, clutching his toy car. Your son happened to me, she repeated, firmer now. Tears welling up in her eyes. I'm sorry, Jemima, but... Jemima lifted a hand, stopping her mid-sentence. But what? She asked sharply. If I were your daughter, would you have done the same? Tears filled her eyes, but her voice was unshaken. Look at me. This is my life. This is what your son did. He changed my destiny. Her voice cracked, just once. Tunde happened to me. Silence filled the room, heavy, aching, unrelenting. Then Jemima straightened, her tone hardening. Why are you here? She asked. To see if it was true? Yes, it's true. You've seen it now. Because seeing, they say, is believing. Was that why I came? To see for yourself. I am sorry if I disappointed you. Tunde's mother tried to speak, but Jemima didn't let her. How do you fix a woman who's been bruised, broken, and battered? Her voice rose, trembling with power. You can't. You don't fix her, you listen to her. You let her stand. She exhaled sharply, steady again. Because I'm not broken anymore. I'm awake. Jason stirred, rubbed his eyes, and got up. He walked over to Jemima, his small voice trembling. Mummy, why are you crying again? You promised me you'd stop crying. He reached up, wrapping his little arms around her. Please stop crying. You do this every night. Jemima held him tight, shaking. Tunde's mother watched, and something inside her broke open. Flashback. 30 years earlier. A younger woman, Tunde's mother, stood in the doorway of another house, her own son barely 6. Tunde's father was gone. Walked out to be with a younger woman. She remembered the whispers, the shame, the pity. The night she cried quietly so Tunde wouldn't hear. The days her own parents turned their backs, saying, "We warned you." She remembered defying them, choosing love, Tunde's father despite the odds against their relationship. And she remembered the silence after he left. The weight of trying to raise a boy in a world that doesn't forgive women for being left behind. The flashback faded. She blinked back to the present, to Jemima, to Jason, to the mirror image of her own past. Jason's voice pierced the silence. Please stop making my mummy cry. She cries every night. Please go. Leave us alone. The room froze. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Then Tun's mother moved closer, kneeled by little Jason, and lifted him gently into her arms. Smiling, she looked into his eyes, so much like his father's, but softer, purer. Her voice cracked, raw and human. "I'm here to make things better for you and your mother, my son." Jason blinked. Jemima stared, speechless. For the first time, Tun's mother wasn't speaking as a matriarch, she was speaking as a woman who once knew exactly what it felt like to be Jemima. Welcome to episode 12, The Visit, Ghosts of Forgiveness. Late afternoon. The sky hung low, heavy with clouds that refused to rain. Tun drove slowly through Jemima's old neighborhood, the one he hadn't seen in years. The street looked smaller now, the laughter gone, the paint on the houses peeling with time. He held a small bouquet on the seat beside him. Not roses, lilies. Quiet flowers for a quiet apology. At the gate, he hesitated before knocking. A voice from behind startled him. "Ah, young man, who are you looking for?" He turned. An elderly neighbor stood there, broom in hand, eyes kind but tired. "I'm looking for the family that lives here," Tun said softly. "Jemima's parents." The man looked at him for a long second. Then exhaled, slow and deep. "You didn't hear?" He whispered, as if he didn't want the world around him to hear him. They sat beneath the old mango tree near the fence. The man began to speak. "She was a good girl, that Jemima. Bright. Always smiling. Your face. I remember it now. You used to pick her up sometimes, eh?" Tund nodded, silent. The man continued. "After she left home, things were never the same. Her mother took it hard. High blood pressure. She kept begging her husband, please, forgive the girl. Bring her home, but he wouldn't listen." The man's voice softened. "She loved her daughter more than her pride. But her pride belonged to him." Tun swallowed, staring at the ground. "What happened to her?" he asked quietly. The neighbor sighed. "In and out of hospital for months. She tried to hold on, but it broke her spirit." He paused. The bills started piling up. Her husband spent everything he had. Then he got sick too. Maybe not in the body at first, but here. He tapped his chest. "The guilt will do that to a man." Tun's throat tightened. He forced out the words. "Are they gone?" The neighbor looked away. "You're Jemima's father, yes." He followed her. "The mother still fights. She's not the same, but she fights." A long silence fell between them. Only the sound of the wind through the mango leaves. The neighbor sighed again. "She was their hope, you know. Their future. Then, life happened to her. Her pregnancy happened to her." Tun nodded slowly. His voice cracked. "No. I happened." He stood up, walked toward the old gate. The paint was peeling. The padlock hung loose. He peeked through the cracks, into the house that once held laughter. Dust. Silence. A chair tipped against the wall. He could almost hear Jemima's voice, young, bright, full of dreams, echoing through the emptiness. Then another voice, her father's anger, her mother's pleas. The sound of doors closing forever. Back in his car, Tun sat still. The bouquet of lilies lay on the seat beside him, untouched. He stared at it, then at his reflection in the mirror. A man unrecognizable. The boy who once promised forever, now a shadow of regret. He picked up his phone. Typed a message. Deleted it. Typed again. "I went home today. I saw what I caused. I don't know how to fix this, Jemima. But I'll try. Somehow." He hit send. Silence. No reply. Just the sound of his heartbeat echoing in the still car. He leaned back, eyes closed, whispering to no one, she was their hope. Their glue. Their future. Then the pregnancy challenged everything. And I broke them all.